Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP and the XRP community. Now, as we can see from LUD XRP, XRP is still following its path. Are we getting ready for this massive move upwards? So from this photo right here, we can see 38 right there, 38 consolidated at 39 right here. We're at that point right now before more consolidation, and then I'm pretty sure explosions should happen. You know, the Davos meetings and all of that. So it's going to be quite interesting what happens this upcoming week. So we'll still have to see. Guys, let's jump right into the news. XRP Crypto Wolf tweeted out, you could spend XRP at Amazon, Burger King, DoorDash, Domino's, GameStop, Home Depot, and other major retailers' restaurants starting next week. BitPay co-founder Tony confirmed that users will be able to buy gift cards with XRP on BitPay next week. Lots of things right here, guys. Right here. This is what's called adoption, guys. This is it. We're here, guys. We're getting closer and closer. Look at this. Right before, this upcoming week, we see this type of news from Amazon, Burger King, restaurants, all of stuff, major retailers. It's going to be insane. This is very huge news. Next tweet is from John Wick, 589. Davos 2020 key themes: climate urgency, innovation, next digital frontiers. We could see here global leadership agenda, transformation over the past decade. Now, in 2010 from Davos, we could see here, different types of stuff. We got China, US health, new economic reality after financial crisis right there. So, that was back in 2010. So now 2020, let's see what it is. Climate urgency. Huge. That's one of the huge ones right there. We could see here innovation, tech for good, and next digital frontiers right there as well. We got the Brexit, you got all of this other stuff as well. But this is quite interesting because we see climate urgency. Remember, we're getting a lot of climate stuff again and again, guys. More of climate news. This is another key theme: innovation, tech for good, and next digital frontiers. There you go, 2020 XRP. Here's a few sessions that I'll be paying attention to at Davos tomorrow. How can tokenization make a liquid assets more accessible without creating new systematical financial risk? Interesting as well that President Trump's address is one of the few live streamed events. Donald J. Trump. So that's quite, he's going to be, remember we seen the live stream session as well. Remember we seen the photo with, XRP and Donald Trump being happy and holding XRP on his hand. So this is going to be a very interesting week. Plus it's going to be live streamed, so it's going to be very huge. Roses on the moon. David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, says Ripple wants to venture into other projects besides international payments. We can see here.
Wanted to be able to bring traffic onto our payment network, and then we want to settle with a digital asset, and we kind of also have these aspirations of growing the whole cryptocurrency space through efforts like Ubri and Spring, and we're trying to pull a whole lot of threads together, and I think the biggest challenge for us is sort of keeping that fitting into a coherent system. One of the analogies I sometimes use is, imagine if you worked for Twitter in 1990. Obviously, Twitter didn't exist in 1990. You'd be like, oh my God, people need better phones. And people would think you were crazy, right? You'd be like, wait, what? What do phones have to do with what you do? We're trying to envision what people are going to need and build those technologies and encourage them to kind of grow the spaces fit. And I think we struggle also with product market fit. Like, we know international payments are a good product market fit. We're doing that. That's going to continue to do the major thing that we've done. And I think probably our biggest success is getting that alignment. And I think our biggest challenge is figuring out how we can also sort of grow the areas where it's not quite so clear what the product market, where people come to us and say, I have this great idea and I want to build it out, but I don't know what people are going to use it for. And then we have to say, that's a really good idea, go build it, but we also don't know what people are going to use it for. There might have been a time when people say, why would someone want a phone connected to the internet? And today people are like, why would someone want a blockchain phone? And I don't have an answer to that yet. It might be that there is no answer, right? It might be that that's a terrible idea. And an internet phone, you probably remember, was it someone at Microsoft? I think it was one of the top executives at Microsoft, laughing at the iPhone, who wants a phone shaped like a slice of bread? I bet 3/4 of the people in this room at least have a phone shaped like a slice of bread, right? Like mine is shaped like a piece of toast, right? This is the format that won the war. And there was a time when that seemed ridiculous. And so a blockchain phone seems pretty ridiculous now. And I'm not saying it's not, by the way. That does seem kind of ridiculous to me. But I'm very humbled to understand that the future is notoriously hard to predict, and I don't have a crystal ball. So we have to work on technologies that are interesting, whether or not we see the use case. And obviously, like, I have the luxury of working at a company that's very focused on a use case that we think we understand, but that can't be all that we do. Like, that can't be the end of it.
We could see right there that blockchain, a blockchain phone, people think it's ridiculous. So who knows what's going to happen in the future. Maybe more people will start using blockchain type phones and stuff like that. Next is from MacAttack XRP. Ripple seals partnership with BitCup to enhance cross-border XRP transactions. We could see here, Ripple, the cross-border payment company based in the United States, has sealed many partnerships in the course to serve as a major solution to cross-border payments. So another partnership, again, sealed the deal with BitCup to enhance cross-border XRP transactions. Very good news. Fame 21 more. Testing the waters of Rubicon. The ECB and central bank digital currencies. This year I'm so positive that, there's going to be a huge change in, the financial sector for sure. Obviously that's my opinion, and this is obviously not financial advice, but this year is going to be very huge in my opinion, very huge. Next is from XRP Stuart. Bringing back the gold standard would be very hard to do, but boy, would it be wonderful. We would have a standard on which to base our money, that we can see here.
Bringing back the gold standard would be very hard to do, but boy, would it be wonderful. We'd have a standard on which to base our money.
Which to base our money. Isn't that quite interesting to state it that way? That's a follow-up from XRP Stuart. Again, we used to have a very, very solid country because it was based on a gold standard. There is something very nice about the concept of that. It will be very hard to do that at this point as we don't have the gold. Other places have the gold. 2016.
Scenario if this country ever goes back to the gold standard.
There's something very nice about having something solid. We used to have a very, very solid country because it was based on a gold standard. We don't have that anymore. There is something very nice about the concept of that. It would be very, very hard to do at this point, and one of the problems is we don't have the gold. Other places have the gold.
Can you envision a scenario?
More gold, guys. This was back in 2016. Obviously, this is all planned and everything, is going according to plan. Next is from BoyXRP. Let's watch this video.
You said pretty bluntly in your speech, Governor, that Bitcoin has failed or has largely failed as a currency. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's there's sort of three ways to measure a currency. First, is it a store of value? Is it reliable? Does it hold a stable value? I mean, clearly, anyone who looks at on your Bloomberg screen the volatility of Bitcoin, it's 10 times more volatile than sterling. It's not a stable core hold of value, but I think the most important thing is that actually working as a medium of exchange, how well can you use it to buy goods? It's not that efficient. For example, it costs about 1.5 pence to use cash, 8 pence to use a debit card in the UK, swipe cards, your iPhone. It costs about £2 to use Bitcoin on a transaction basis. You layer on top of that the environmental cost and other factors. It's just not that good at doing what it's supposed to do, but it does point the way in many respects to the future of money, and that's what's interesting. So there's a glass half empty. We're not worried about it displacing sterling or the US dollar or other conventional currencies, fiat money, but it does throw a challenge, these cryptocurrencies throw a challenge to central banks and those who oversee payments systems and markets of how to reorganize those to better serve customers.
Yeah, and you did zero.
It does point away to, the future. Bitcoin is slow, lots of fees and all types of stuff like that. We need something faster and less transaction fees as well. XRP can do that. What is XRP doing as well? Working with many banks. Many of them. XRP again, 2018 interview. Let's watch this video.
This year, a lot of regulators suddenly talking quite darkly about crypto, and we've also had South Korea cracking down, China cracking down. Do you think this is the year that crypto sort of grows up or just gets regulated out of existence?
Well, see, that's the thing. I think bringing cryptocurrencies into the regulated tent, if you will, some will grow, many more will fall by the wayside. But that's a good thing. That's a level playing field. And in the end, remember, it's not just about market manipulation. Part of this is about anti-money laundering, terrorism financing, other illicit activities. I mean, it is a privilege to be part of the financial system, to be connected to the financial system, and responsibilities come with those privileges.
We're just about out of time. We
Yep.
promised this year
Again,
a lot of
guys, level playing field back in 2018. Lots of people stating that once again. XRP Code 589, we could see here. What good deeds will you do if XRP moons to, 1.5k plus? Then he states what he's going to do. What would you do, guys? I see a lot of people doing positive things when XRP does moon. We could see here, opening 50 plus jobs in the local area. There's a lot of different stuff people are doing. A lot. And that's good. We're heading towards the right direction. The right path. The positive path, to help this world. So that's a good thing. What would you guys do? Now we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment value. We could see here from QSR 222. They show us this number in many films. Now he keeps going on. About this we could see here 222. Boom. Quite an interesting thread if you guys would like to, go further in detail. I'll leave all these links down in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Next is from Reborn. In case you forgot the significance of the role AIIB are playing, we can see here. Look at that. Gold is back with his new friend, the standard of new economy, connected to AIIB, and then the beginning of the quantum financial system. There we go, guys. It's one of the biggest things, It has a big role, a huge role. Abacux tweeted out, do you believe Marvin yet? We could see here, the prospect of building new international monetary system is getting real. World Economic Forum, we could see right there. So it's huge. This upcoming week, Davos 2020. Again, 2020, huge. And then the last tweet for today's video, guys, is from Mr. Poole. We could see here another same picture, it looks like from here. The astronaut right there, moon. And then So It Begins by Jane Ann Delton. So it begins, guys. So it begins right here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video though. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day, and yeah guys, see ya.